Hey everybody, Rick here. I'm back. I was going to read you a brief explanation about the Dalton Gang and the house here, just real quick. The yellow house that I first showed you, that was the Whipple house. It was built half underground on the side of a hill. The house is furnished as it would have been in 1887 and includes Dalton family artifacts. It was built in 1887 by J. N. Whipple for his bride. This tiny two-level home was set atop a hill that sloped gently toward a creek in what was then a rural area south of the town of Meade. After the Whipple family departed Meade, a crude tunnel of dirt and beams was discovered leading from the house to a barn below, the means by which Eva's outlaw brothers came and went undetected by the prying eyes of neighbors and the law. The home has been restored and the 95-foot-long tunnel reconstructed to make it passable for the average person. It was 95 feet, not 90. 95 feet. Okay. And like I said, this was you had to crawl through this tunnel for 95 feet. Okay. The stonework on the tunnel, the barn and grounds, was created by the NYA and WPA in 1940. At the south end of the tunnel, the barn houses a museum and gift shop that provide a wealth of information about the Dalton Gang and other family members. The shady Hideout Park provides a place to picnic and let the kids run and explore the old town at the bottom of the hill. Eva and John. In 1886, a handsome young woman named Eva Dalton arrived in Meade, Kansas. She came from the Coffeyville area to establish a little shop where she made and sold ladies' hats and finery. John N. Whipple was a merchant and well-respected citizen of this new prairie community. The two of them were married October 25, 1887, and soon moved into their cozy little home. Eva's brother, Emmett Dalton, attended the wedding, and more brothers arrived soon after. In the years that followed, the Dalton Gang was an undetected presence. News of the outlaws' gang's far-reaching criminal episodes astounding local citizens. Speculations concerning Eva's guilt or innocence in connection with her brother's activities made it impossible for the Whipples to remain in Meade. And in 1882, they slipped quietly out of town, abandoning their home. The Whipples had a daughter, Maud. While they were in Meade, they eventually settled in Siloam Springs, Arkansas, where they had a restaurant business. After John's death in 1932, Eva moved to Kingfisher, Oklahoma, where she died in 1939. Okay. All right. We'll talk about the Dalton Gang now. There was Bob, Great, G-R-A-T, Dalton, and Emmett Dalton. The Dalton Gang consisted of Bob, Great, and Emmett Dalton, and various other men who rode with them. The entire outlaw career of the gang lasted just about 2 years. Bob, Great, and another brother, Frank, had all served as a U.S. deputy marshals out of Fort Smith, Arkansas, before the three younger brothers turned to a life of crime. Emmett had also served as a posse man with his brothers after Frank Dalton was killed while trying to arrest whiskey runners in the Indian Territory. The other three brothers were accused of stealing horses. The Daltons then left the Oklahoma Territory and joined older brothers in California, and shortly after, they turned to robbing trains. The first robbery the gang was accused of occurred in Alta, California, in February of 1891, and the gang's activities ceased in October of 1892, when they attempted to hold up two banks at the same time in Coffeyville, Kansas. Bob, Great, and two other gang members were killed in the Coffeyville raid. Emmett was badly injured and sentenced to life in prison, but was pardoned after serving about 14 and a half years. So that's just kind of a brief synopsis of what we're dealing with here. The museum and gift shop was actually the barn, and that's that's why they dug the tunnel, was from the house to the barn. But at any rate, there's a ton of information. You could probably look it up, or Google it or whatever, but that just kind of gives you an idea of where we're at. They're against in Meade, Kansas. Meade, Kansas is not too far from Dodge City, Kansas. It's in that area. So I hope you enjoy the video. And as always, hey, you stay safe, be careful, and enjoy the video. And as always, we'll catch you later. Good morning, everybody. Rick and Deb here. We are on another awesome adventure. We're in Meade, Kansas at the Dalton Gang Hideout. Really super cool place. It was a long drive, about a 3.5-4 hour drive. But we went through the scenic drive from Medicine Lodge, Kansas to about, Coldwater. You've got the Gypsum Hill Scenic Drive. Really very pretty drive this morning. There was some fall foliage. If you live anywhere, even remotely close, it's well worth the drive. Very pretty drive. But we're going to get started, so if you're not doing anything on this really nice Monday afternoon, well, come on along. Let's go look at this Dalton Gang Hideout Museum. We're going to be going down a 90-foot tunnel that they used for like a hide away in, or to get away if they had to. This is the original house right here. This is where the tunnel will lead to. They've got a museum upstairs. We're going to go through that. This is kind of a last minute idea early this morning, because the rest of the week it's going to be a little rainy, and today was supposed to be a beautiful day, which it is. So we thought, well, we'll just see if we can go to this Dalton Gang Hideout Museum this morning, or this morning. I keep saying morning, this afternoon. I'm usually get a lot better start we did this morning, but like I said, it's kind of a last minute idea, but I think we did okay. We're going to kind of walk around the grounds here just a little bit, and then we'll get started on the museum and the actual tunnel, and then this house over here. Now all under here is the tunnel. Underneath, we're standing right above the tunnel. Kind of like this old, like Model A or Model T wheels here. They made a fence out of. That's pretty cool. That over there, that White House is called the Heritage House. It's not open right now. We're going to see if we can just take you around here a little bit. There's a roll of barbed wire for some reason. If you can see it, it's kind of in the shade. And I'm not sure what this building is. This is maybe just a storage shack or something. And we're going to go on down here, take a look around. This is where they put on like plays or skits or whatever you want to call them over here. And we're going to go down and take a look at that. Of course, is the water pump. And this looks like this might be used for blacksmithing maybe. And it looks like this might be an outhouse. I don't know which way this door is supposed to pull. Pulls in that way. Kind of dark in here. No, not really, I guess. But that's the outhouse. And again, this is just a facade. Just where they put on, like I said earlier, plays or skits or gunfights here. This is evidently supposed to be a bank. You know, I bet you that's a gunsmithing, I'm sorry, blacksmithing place right there. And I'm not sure. Here's the undertaker. Says, you plug them, we plant them. Okay then. And I'm not sure what this was supposed to be. I don't see any signs anywhere. And then this is this over here says sheriff. Then of course this would have been the jail. Just not much left of the jail. Of course, this is where people would sit to watch the gunfights or the skits or the plays or whatever. There's a place to have a barbecue grill over there. Okay. Of course, this is where the museum upstairs, and then the tunnel is in the lower half. The gift shop is also down here. So let's go take a look at the museum. And it's $5 for admission. Okay. This is our gift shop area. I got cookbooks, toys for the kids. We're going to go to the museum, and then we're going to take the tunnel. Let's go see what we got up here. Bobcat. This is supposed to be a two-headed calf. I've seen these before. This is a dwarf calf right here. I had to see what that was. And here's a very large, very old piano. Golden American Eagle. Look at that. Wow. Very pretty. And these are coyotes. And of course, there's a beaver. This is an albino raccoon. They say they're very rare here in Meade County. There's some bison right there. And then here's some weapons. Oh, got some more. Looks like a bobcat. And some prairie dogs down there. Albino prairie dog and black-tailed prairie dog. And this is a Winchester Model 32 20 caliber. And here's a Remington 1861 revolver, 44 caliber. And there's a 36 caliber Colt 1851 Navy. There's a Harrington and Richards American double action revolver. Of course, there's old Clint Eastwood. This is a double, well, I'll get him here in a minute. W.H. Hamilton 12 gauge percussion shotgun. And here's a Zulu shotgun, 1850 to 1860s. Very impressive array of weapons. Pocket revolver. A spur trigger revolver. And these are Winchesters. This is a master grade German fiddle, circa 1900. Kind of glary there. These are branding irons. Crooked L Ranch and 76 Ranch. This is the 76 Ranch, the top one is. That's a Crooked L Ranch. And then this third one down is various brands with a Crooked L. Richard Batman, it says. Kim Batman. Lazy U-Bar, Art Batman, Roscoe Nash, Bar over R. These are all branding irons, of course, like I said. And then got some weapons back behind there. That's a double barrel. And then here's some, this is probably for these horns. It talks about the Coffeyville raid, and we've been there. I don't think I've done a video on it, but I did take some pictures. I might have done a little video on it, I can't remember. I've been to that museum in Coffeyville, and I do think I did a short video on that. Horsehair bridle. Talks about Robert Rennick Bob Dalton was the leader of the Dalton Gang. He was born May 3rd, 1869 6 foot tall, blue eyes, sandy hair. Bob was perhaps the most handsome of the Daltons. Bob shared some of Great's pugnacity, but was also cool, deliberate, tenacious, and fearless. It was always said that he knew where he would land before he leaped. His older brother, Bob, started out as a U.S. Deputy Marshal, serving under Judge Isaac Parker in the Indian Territory. Just a little bit of brief history there. Of course, these are skulls, probably, cow skulls. And more branding irons. My goodness. This whole assortment. They're a lot larger than what I had thought. Some belt buckles. And saddles. Boy, looky here. A whole ton of saddles. Meade Saddle Club, it says. Okay. Dehorning shears. And this is a sod buster plow. And then, of course, this is barbed wire. And these are bits that would like go in the horse's mouth. And there are a ton of them. These all say Texas style bits. My goodness. There are a ton of them. Diamondback rattlesnakes. I don't know if that's going to come out on the video or not. These are both these up here are diamondback rattlesnakes. Here's some Sloan's liniment, Watkins liniment sleeve cuffs used by clerks in stores to protect the sleeves of their shirts. That's what those are. Horse and buggy doctor's bag right there. This was a hat that was given to Miles Sherman Gillidet in the early years of 1880 when he was ordained to the ministry of the Christian Church in Harrison County, Missouri. Look how little those boots are. Victorian ladies' high-top boots, late 1800s. Money box made in 1699. My goodness. A wooden bird cage. There's some swords up there. And some old typewriters. This was used on a stove, heated on a stove and used with a roller to make pleats and cloth. Candlestick there. Saddlebag. American flag. Handmade. Flag containing 38 stars made during the Civil War. Okay. Boy. Some stirrups down there. Horseshoes. Tools. Farrier tools. Horse hoof trimmer tools. A blower for blacksmith forge right there. Seed broadcaster. Yeah, just a lot of cool stuff up here for being a little museum. Okay, I think we're going to go down the tunnel like I was talking about you earlier, and then go to the house over there. Wild turkey. Okay. We'll make our way downstairs. And we'll get started on the tunnel. Some wanted posters. Meet in 1917. Okay. We're going to go back to the gift shop here in a minute. Okay, we're going to go down the tunnel.
They put her in the streets, dog.
This is escape tunnel. Now, this is actually, when they first dug out this tunnel, it was crawl through only. They get down on their hands and knees, and they had to crawl. But when it was renovated, the WPA actually built this tunnel the way you see it today. And that's probably 6 or maybe 6 foot or tall, better tall. But I can't imagine crawling 90 feet. That's a long ways. But this is the tunnel that they would to escape. I know it's really dark. I apologize for that. Well, look at the old stove. Okay, now we're actually in the house. This is our kitchen. I don't think you can actually go in. No, they got it locked. There's a little stove over there. Cooking stove. Their table. This kitchen's got the china cabinet, stove, table, walnut table, an apple press, butter churn, brown jar, 4 kitchen chairs. Okay, that's what that is. That is a apple press. I wasn't for sure, but that's an apple press right there. Butter churn, of course, is over there. They got 2. I think one's metal and one's wooden. Children's shoes. And here's some documentation and mortgage and repossession of the property. Exchanged hands numerous times. There's Robert Dalton, Emmett Dalton, Leona Randolph Dalton, Eva Mae Dalton, William Marion or Mason Frax Dalton, Grayton Hanley Grat Dalton, Franklin Dalton, Littleton Dalton, and these don't have any names associated with the pictures. Articles from newspapers. Okay, we're going to go upstairs. Okay. Oh, wow. Look at that piano. Horace and Luella Marshall lived in this house after Eva and John had left in 1892. They were the people who discovered the tunnel from the house to the barn. A little sewing machine over there. Table. Look at that chair. This actually doesn't have any. That's kind of different. There's a sofa or a chair with a porcelain baby doll. This round table belonged to Leona Dalton, the sister of Grat, Emmett, and Bob Dalton. Okay. It's a bedroom. Dresses and hat box, quilts. Looks like, oh, what that is in the corner. Something back there in the corner. I'm not sure what that is. The sampler on the west wall of the bedroom was made by Corella B. Miller circa 1837 in Clark County, Ohio. She became the mother of R.M. Painter, who settled in Meade County in 1884. He was the early attorney and the first elected state representative from Meade County. The quilt displayed on the bed was hand-sewn approximately 100 years ago by Mrs. William Dalton, aunt of the Dalton Gang and Eva Whipple. Okay. Now we'll have to go back through the tunnel again. I think it's cool that they let people come up to the upstairs part of the house. Really narrow stairway. And a very tall, look at it. It's the pretty cool. But this is the upstairs. I about missed that lamp. It's a pretty cool old lamp up there. I think that what that is, actually, I think that's an organ. Could be wrong. Very pretty, though. Very pretty. Okay. All right, well, let's make our way back now. We're going to go back through the tunnel again. An old fuse box. Okay, here we go again. I've heard about this for many, many, many years. I didn't realize it was so far away. They did a really good job rebuilding this tunnel. They really did. And like I said earlier, this was made by the WPA. I think there were some people that lived in that house and didn't even know about the tunnel. That's interesting. Okay. I don't know what that was.
Fresh air.
That might have been for fresh air, a vent of some sort. Yes. It could have been. Okay, I want to thank you all for joining us today. The Dalton Gang Hideout Museum and Tunnel. Hope you enjoyed that little adventure today. Hope you have a nice Monday. And as always, we will see you on our next awesome adventure. So, goodbye for now.